We've got a couple of stretchers.
Everybody have a unit number. If you don't,
Tara.
here.
Everybody signed in on the roster, correct? Everybody's got a unit number? How many of you know what your number is? Raise your hands. Doing good, doing good. Killer people. Welcome to the biggest exercise Pine Mountain Search and Rescue has had. The scenario today is a plane crash. We don't know exactly where. A Piper single-engine airplane, 2 souls on board, was heading for Lonesome Pine Airport of Wise, Virginia. Started losing altitude. Pilot reported he was still west of Pound Gap. There was a lake to the southeast of him. Last radio communication was at 1300 hours. That's all we know. The plane is black and silver in color. Tail number November 5999V as in Victor. N5999V, black and silver. 2 souls on board, pilot and a passenger. Hit the hills.
Everybody on the ground search teams, if you brought an ATV and you're planning on searching, you need to be come over here underneath the canopy. Everybody else needs to sort of stick over here around Mark's there, right here in the helmet. What we're going to do, we're going to rotate to 2 different exercises. We're going to do a ground search with ATVs. You may have to dismount, so what you need to do is take the path, just like you're going to be on foot the whole time. But take the water and Leanna, the man right here, I'm a big star on his head. He's going to check your equipment and all that. You don't go in the woods on a ground search unless you have minimum search and rescue equipment. And I'll let you know what that is.
Yeah, folks.
So everybody on the ground search team, come over here. Everybody that's not going to be going in the woods on their ATV, stay over here with Mark.
Okay, guys, 3 blasts on the air horn means evacuate, return to here. If you have a real-world emergency, notify Incident Command that it is real world. When you find the airplane, make sure all of your traffic is prefaced by the word exercise, exercise. We don't want to spook the public into thinking we have an actual airplane crash, okay? If there's any problems with the radios as far as interference from people that are not Pine Mountain Search and Rescue, Mr. Paul Miles and I will address that issue. Safety. Leanna and Tim can call a halt to the operation at any time. No questions asked. Everybody understand that? Those 2 call the shots on safety. Period. Be safe. Watch out for each other. Leanna, any words you got for them?
I was going to tell the ATV riders, you must wear a helmet. It'd be better if you had your helmet and your gloves, but especially your helmet.
Okay.
If you're on the ground search crew, I need your name here before you go.
Hey, one more thing. Don't nobody take off on a 4-wheeler till we checked your 4-wheeler, make sure you got the proper safety equipment. And before we go and break up, I'm going to ask Richard here to lead us in a word of prayer for everybody, okay? Is that all right? Okay, Richard.
Don't care and uncover. Dear Lord, please watch over each and every one of these gentlemen and ladies as they go out in the woods. Watch over them. Hope we find the survivors, if any. Hope we find the plane. Take care of everybody here. And let them all have a safe journey up on the mountain and back off again. In your name we pray. Amen.
Okay, now this is a real exercise. The deal is on the 4-wheelers. I'm sure we're going to appoint a group leader on each one, right, Leanna? Okay, and then we don't want, this is a real deal. We don't want, say, Paul or somebody to take off and say, there's a hill, I believe I can climb that hill. Get away from your group. Everybody stays together. Make it safe. Stay with your group.
Okay, ground search team, ATVs over here. Everybody here sound the ground search? Rob. Okay, on his people. You got 10 on the ground search, Rob? Glenn? That's a big ground search. Anybody else want to ground crew? Team leader, team 2.
Stay on it.
You are. Let's go number 1. We got
One, got a half.
you take 2.
Y'all need a map?
Oh, I don't think
He's straight.
I'm team 2, buddy. What team you on? If you don't have a team stay out, it's fine.
You got your 5.
I ain't got 5 yet, ain't much y'all want.
You on a team yet? Load everything up, I'll make sure everything.
We're going to do that training when we get back. That's bad.
snake boots. Everybody knows that, especially this time of year. But Mark's gonna take care of it here. He's your group leader. Listen to him, whether you like it or not. He'll take care of you. But listen to him, okay?
What is
What are you signing on the road? What are you not going to place it on? I ain't got I just want to say the audio.
Radio.
I got one.
We need one more.
That's three radios. All right.
And I get the verbal mark, I'll take your incident command and let me know or Leanna know that somebody can't handle it more,
Joanne's
too tired.
Communications, right? Joanne. All right. Okay. Everybody hear me? My name is Mark Sturgill. I'll be real brief. I'm not very good at public speaking, so I'll try to communicate the best I can. I'll make it brief, short. What we're going to do is my son's going to be a victim over the hill up here. We're going to simulate an ATV crash. Way down the hill, yes sir, he's hurt. He'll have a broken leg and head injury. Okay, so we're going to bring him up the hill. We're going to use a technique called a Z-line. Anybody know what that is? Anybody done any ropes? Anybody know anything about ropes? Who has never rappelled? Okay. We have a limited number of harnesses here. So some people are going to have to be at top, and your job will be to pull the victim up. Using a Z-line, we're going to use a mechanical advantage, a 4-to-1. For every 1 pound of force pulling the rope, or exerting 4 pounds at the end of the line. It makes it a whole lot easier, okay? We're going to treat it just like it was real. She is an EMT. I'll be the first one going down. Just take him down, basically. Set him up. Make sure there's no snakes. Maybe there's one thing that we may need. I don't know if we've got one here. Is a brush axe. I've got something on there's some brush on it. But basically, I will assign each of you a job, and that will change from time to time on that, because I'm going to try to rotate everybody where they know, everybody knows how to do this. Okay, if you have any problems with anything, just let me know. Let's go ahead and get headed that way, get our gear out, see how many harnesses we got. I think we got 6, 7 including mine, so going to need at least 4 people down with me, preferably 5 first time, and there's a technique I'm going to show you here that we might not be able to do because we probably don't have enough pick-off straps, but I have done this before, bringing victims out of car wrecks up a hill, and this is before I've had proper training in it. And what's the first rule about your victim? I know. Do no damage. Don't hurt the guy worse than he already is. Trying to get him out. You know? So, but the way we do it may not be the easiest way. It may be a little better way. We just probably don't have enough equipment to do it exactly the way I want to. But I'll set up. Let's get started. Get down there.
One more thing. If you was to get tired today or something come up and you have to go home,
Let us know.
your roster that you signed in, you got to initially to sign out. Even if you're still here when everybody else comes in, you got to sign out today before you leave. If you don't sign out,
We'll expect that you're
say
here
Nick
somewhere.
decides he wants to go home and just comes down here and goes up and heads off home. He didn't sign out. We don't know where he's at.
Well, we ended up looking for him.
That's part of the safety law. Make sure you sign out. If something happens, you come in, you gotta go home, sign out. Let them know, let us know. Alright, everybody at least gotta have one bottle of water before you leave right here. Even if you're holding it in your hand, you gotta have at least one bottle of water.
Also, everybody on this crew, just go ahead and jot your name on this paper as well.
Okay, Rick, I'm Paul Miles. I'm the Emergency Management Director for Letcher County. Today we're doing a training exercise with Pine Mountain Search and Rescue. This is one of the biggest exercises that we've done since we've started the team up. We started the team back in late 08, early 09. As you saw today, we've got plenty of members that have shown up today. We've shown up here and we've got an exercise going right now of simulated aircraft crash on the mountain. And we're going to have some victims in that are lost, that have wandered away from the accident. Our team's getting ready to go out and start looking, going to search for the missing persons. And if you look behind me, we've brought our incident command vehicle out also. What this vehicle is simply, it's an office on wheels. We've got everything that we need inside that. On top, we've got the weather station, because in search and rescue, we're constantly aware of the changing weather. If any hazardous weathers were to start coming in, we can notify our teams and pull them out of the woods. We also have our computer equipment inside. We have capabilities of printing off our maps if we need be. We have constant contact with Frankfurt, because on a search and rescue mission, Frankfurt is the one that has to be advised of everything that's going on. And if you'd like, we can walk inside and see what's actually going on inside Incident Command.
Okay, before you take your tour, I'm going to go over this training scenario and what we know as of this moment. As of right now, we know that we had a small plane lost. It was losing altitude in its last transmission. The pilot noted that Pound Gap was to the east, and there was a lake to the southeast. This was a small Piper airplane, 2 on board, 1 pilot, 1 passenger. The last reported sighting of this from the ground was from the golf course. We had some golfers reported it was flying low, and they notified the sheriff's office. Aircraft was to their west. We currently have 2 ATV crews searching that.
39 minutes.
Okay, what's going on here right now, Rick, is we have the incident command inside, and you can see all the computer equipment, you can see the radio traffic. And what's happening is the responders that's in the field that are searching right now are trying to locate the aircraft, and they're giving their location back to the incident command. And they can pull it up on their mapping software and show exactly where those rescuers are at this point. Joanne Osborne right here. What she's doing, she's keeping constant running log of everything going on here. We have Jim Reeves. He's running the software right now. He's keeping track of all her responders, exactly where they are. One of Miles, she's in communications right now. She's talking to the team members. Roy Williams. Roy is actually the incident commander at this point. Incident commander. He's in charge of the whole scene overall. And Richard Brown in the back is keeping the maps. He's locating where the responders are on the map, on the actual paper maps. And each team has paper maps with them. They have copies. And they're actually reading off where they are located right now. On this side, and what this computer here is doing, it records all radio traffic. Anytime anything comes over this channel on the radio, everything's recorded right here, so we can play it back at a later date if we need to. So we have dry race boards in here, we have the computers, we have the radios, we have air conditioning. It's just like having an office, an oval office that you can take anywhere.
They're doing training right now. Rope rescue.
Are they going to go on the trail and do a rescue?
Well, I don't know how to
So rescue team en route to victim now?
We're going to. No, we're going to do that. Yeah. He's going to try to keep these people busy.
located anything yet?
This thing ain't for that. This one.
Well, that's team 1 and team 2 together, and they're waiting for the information. I guess the research is proper analysis, and they just need to sweep this.
Out there on top of that, the plane. So that's where they park that together out to do the ground search.
So they're, from the last coordinate you got, they're showing right on top of it.
Right.
So now they probably need to do a foot search.
Correct. I think they told them to go ahead and do a ground grid search.
So you all been telling them to do that.
So is that what you're wanting done?
Yeah, to see if we find it. Like this. We must hit it pretty good.
Now, what are some of the things you have to do, Paul, when you do a simulation that people might not think of?
When you do a simulation like this, it's actually a lot bigger than what you would think. There's a lot more pre-planning goes into it than what people know, because several things I have to do. I have to notify Frankfurt, the EOC, which is Emergency Operations Center. I have to pull what's called an incident number on this thing. All these people are volunteers. Everyone out here is a volunteer. And you see what a beautiful Saturday like this, you see what kind of commitment that you have from the people here in Letcher County. They're all out here. They've been out here since early today. And this is on a volunteer basis, but they're willing to help their fellow Letcher Countyans. And we, through emergency management, we provide workers' comp on all the team members. Through the state emergency management program, anybody that's on search and rescue team here, we provide the workers' comp for them. So if they do get out, get injured, and can't go back to their normal job, then we've provided the workers' comp for them. When we pull that incident number and tell them that we are doing the training, this is all simulation today, none of this is real, this is all for practice, then that covers these people on workers' comp if they get out, get injured. And we also notify state police because, as you know, there'll be a lot of phone calls probably made to the state police post wanting to know what's going on at Fish Pond, and they see all the rescue equipment and they see the incident command. We have to notify them too, so that they got a heads up that we're just doing, it's a play exercise, pretty much what it is.
Let our viewers know exactly where we are today.
We're at Fish Pond. We're on the back side, Fish Pond Lake, and this is the trailhead that the county's right now in construction.
Now, this is the same one that Jim Ward and I came over.
Yes, actually, it's the very same one that myself and a few others went that same day. And, I think they've added a little bit more to the trail since we were up here.
What are we hoping to show the viewers on this trip?
We want to show them exactly how we go about a search and rescue. And there's a lot of work involved in it. There was a lot of work involved in actually setting this thing up, just as an exercise. And even though you've got a general idea of where something is, something or somebody, you can't go straight to it because the mountains are so huge and so large. There's so much of an area that's really unplanned, and people don't get into it and keep everything tore down. So there's actually an art to it. The people that we have out in right now, they are learning the art, working on it, developing it.
How long have you personally been working on the planning for this simulation?
The last search and rescue meeting a couple weeks ago was when it was first proposed about having this. And so it's probably been at the work the last couple of weeks.
Come back on that again.
I've actually never been this way, so this might be a pretty good adventure for both of us.
Oh. Have you had to put it in four-wheel yet?
Stan, you go up the hill where you're at? Yeah, we've been in four-wheel for a while. Go up the hill, up the steep embankment where you're at. Come back.
Do you want us to come back and get you so we can follow us up here?
We're going to come up and get you. Maybe some of the searchers in the hills, I'm not sure where they're at right now.
I'll be keeping an eye out for them. Trail seems a little rougher than the last time I was on it.
Yeah, like I said, I've not been up this one, so I don't know what's up here. You can see why it would be hard to carry somebody out of this if we didn't have the vehicles we do.
No, it'd be impossible.
Yeah, because most of this would be all a hand carry.
Yeah.
You'd have to carry it by hand. possibility that that's probably a sign.
I was to say, yeah, it's shirt tied around the tree there. Translate what they're saying there, Paul? Or?
Well, what he's doing, he's giving the IC, the big band we were just at, which is Incident Command, has requested a pinpoint location to where one of the teams were at. They'll do that periodically just to check on the team, make sure everything is cool. This trail's not that bad, but on some of the trails that's in the county, you can see the need for a search and rescue team such as this. It'd be real easy for an ATV rider to get lost or wreck and become injured, unable to get back down safely. And that's what this team will do. They'll go out and find those people.
Whose side by side are we riding right now, Paul?
This one belongs to, this one also belongs to the county.
Does it?
Yeah. Actually, this was done with the grant in 05. We do a lot of grant money when it's available.
I know that's how you got the mule, I believe. Most of it was paid for.
Yeah, most of it. This way, you took $1,000 on that, $16,000, $17,000 unit. It's a pretty good investment when you invest a small amount of money.
Well, that also included I don't know what you exactly call it, to haul the victim in, a trailer? Or?
Yeah, the rescue trailer.
Right. I noticed another rescue trailer up here. Whose is that one?
That's ours also. That was the very first one we purchased. We purchased that one probably back in October. Where's your simulation accident? Are you up on top of the team?
Myself and safety officer up here on top of the hill.
We're going to go on down here and we'll come back that way.
I got a shot of him there.
That was Tim Lucas. Tim Lucas is he's a safety officer today.
He was the one checking the four-wheelers?
Right. Okay. We set this up. we have a chief, we have safety officers, we have assistant chief, and just like in a fire department, for instance, even though we're not fire related, we don't do any type of fire service or anything like that. We set it up pretty much the same as on any team like this. The safety officer is the ultimate authority. The safety officer can shut it down above anybody. He can overrule my command. He can overrule the chief's command. Everybody. If he sees something that's not safe, he can stop the whole process.
And just for a big old dumb guy like me, what is the purpose of that? Why does he have such power?
For safety, personal safety. We've got somebody lost or injured. We don't want to go out and send a team member out that's not fully prepared and have the same result with them.
Oh, I see. So if something goes wrong, unexpected, they can stop and say, this is what we need to focus on, guys.
Exactly.
Forget the other.
Well, and at incident command, before we even send the team out, there's a safety officer there that looks at each person individual, because on search and rescue, you've got certain requirements you have to abide by. You have to have your pack, you have to have so much water in that pack, you have to have the long pants on, you have to have boots, you can't go out in the woods with tennis shoes or short pants or flip-flops or anything like that. And if they see something about a person they don't like, they can pull that one person off of that team and have them stand by.
Well, me and you need to have a little bit of talk. You didn't make me aware of all that stuff. I'm bad to show up in tennis shoes and shorts.
You come out pretty good today, so you're all right.
Yeah.
See if we can access it through here. Like I said, I first feature here too. These folks kind of make their own trails around in here.
That's what I was getting ready to say. They have, haven't they? Of course, you don't know where an accident's going to happen to begin with.
Right. The reason we chose this is because you see the big flat area.
Yeah.
The plane, you see right there. The plane was looking for a flat area. It was having engine trouble. He was looking for a flat area. We simulated like he didn't exactly make it onto there, and he hit the hill before he could make it on down.
Noticing the blue ribbons.
Blue ribbons will be flags to show searchers and stuff where they've been. We found a plane crash. Did you? Yeah.
Did I hear correctly? They've located the crash?
They have. We'll ride down there and see what they've got. Stan's in one that's got power steering. That's old.
In the distance, I can see the orange shirts.
Yeah, that's our trademark.
seems like now.
Think you guys must have get me one.
Seems like everybody's wanting an orange shirt lately. We get hit up all the time. Everybody wants an orange shirt. It's not that hard. All they have to do is join up.
What does it cost to join up?
It doesn't cost anything, just a little time and training. Doesn't matter. Everybody says I'm not able to walk the woods or whatever, but there's a job for everybody.
Team 1, just hold your position for a moment.
So nobody else to be wondering no golfers in here.
Team 2 to check.
Oh. Need to secure it off too. We need to be like secure it off so nobody can get into it.
Pine Mountain
Team 1, you're reporting to another GPS, please.
Be advised, sir, we found a plane crash up here on the mountain, vicinity of Fish Pond. The silver and black aircraft, November 59993.
We only have one GPS at this time.
Two souls on board, both appear deceased with west corner. Can you advise FAA and etc.?
Yes, Commander, this is 432, Team 2.
You take care of it. Okay, so 1437, Letcher County Emergency Management, Code 5.
Yes, Commander, we can get around.
The reason he done that is normally I wouldn't be up here with him, and we would notify Frankfurt to notify proper authorities on that.
And get them to notify all the other teams.
Are they roping it off down there?
They'll rope it off because the FAA will be notified. Also, the coroner will be notified. And at Incident McMahon, we will be notifying Frankfurt of the status of the situation.
So that's Potter's Fort. There's a knee on there.
Gosh.
Flash over right in that hill. You see that? Straight in front of you. What's that flash?
Yeah, what is that?
No, what is it?
Here's Potter's Fort.
Right over here on that hill. What's that flash over on that hill?
That's a radio tower.
Is it?
Yeah.
Awful low, ain't it?
That's where it says that. This is Potter's Fort. Now, here's Heyman here now. And back in here is the Boy Scout camp off, where they got the cop, with the used to have baseball back there. I used to walk across there. And this is Heyman right here. Potter's Fort right here, Heyman there. That's the radio tower right there.
You think that might be Millstone, huh?
Yeah.
Gosh, it's a long way out there.
We're going to tie it off on back here. Oh, no, we've got rescue folks.
You have a clear view of Town Gap where you're at. Yeah. You might need to take a compass bearing from your location to Town Gap to tell me what the bearing is.
So do you have any information on the group that Mark Sturgeon's leading?
I think they're going to set up another scenario and do a rescue over the hill.
So they've not started that yet?
Can you get a compass reading also to the radio tower east of the gas? Stand by, we have heavy performance. Repeat, heavy performance. We're attempting to get away from the south. Copy, stand by. Did you copy? Okay, started jumping in the Copy, evacuation wreckage exercise. Stand by for compass bearing radio tower.
Well, for the viewers who just may be joining us, explain to them a little bit about what's been going on today.
Pine Mountain Search and Rescue has been on a field exercise. We've been working on this exercise for a couple of weeks. We're going to do a full-scale exercise where we used all of our equipment that we have, the composites, the maps, the personnel, their training, the new ATVs. And we're actually going to do two. We've done one, a small plane crash with recovery. The second one will be one of our ATV riders who probably had an accident over a hill. We're going to have to extricate him from over the side of the hill, pull him up, get him to safety. That way that lets them use their rescue bags, buggies that they've got, the two that you mentioned earlier that you saw in there.
I heard them talking about some pulleys or something.
Right. What they're talking about, that's our person that we have as the rope instructor. And the way that they do a pulley rig is instead of, if you have somebody over a hill, and we hope to demonstrate that for you in a minute, if you have somebody over a hill and you pack them into a Stokes basket, just tie a rope onto it and try to pull it up, it takes so many people, and it's just so physically demanding on the rescuers trying to pull one person up the hill. These people that are trained on the ropes and the pulley system, they can rig a pulley system with one rope, and one person can pull that basket up the hill, using the same number of ropes and everything. But the way that they rig that pulley system, they'll be able to pull that one person up the hill by themselves. It's pretty interesting, really something to see when you get to see it down here in a minute.
Do you know where they're going to perform that simulation at?
No, I sent two out earlier this morning to go ahead and find them a spot where they wanted to do it, and they came back and they told me that they found the spot they were going to do it at. So we'll travel up that way in just a few minutes and see where they're going.
This is the shirt that we saw earlier.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't guess that had anything to do with the crash site.
And one thing that happened off camera, one of our Pine Mountain search and rescue individuals got into a yellow jacket nest.
Yeah, there was a pretty good sized yellow jacket's nest up there. You remember you and I moved because I'm allergic to them, and I guess they got onto him and it stung him a little bit.
So one person did get a bee sting, a wasp sting.
Right.
So he gets hazardous duty pay today.
Yeah, we'll wait and see if he turns that in on the workers' comp or not. Areas here are pretty
You're not going to make that turn in one swing. You know, Jim Ward was here earlier today, and he had to go to another function, and I could just see that he was really itching to get out here.
Yeah, the judge is very supportive of this. One of the big reasons how we got him going was by his support, and he and the whole court have been so instrumental in starting this organization. And we didn't know when we first started it if we would have 1 or 10 members. We started this thing up, and it's really took off. I think last count we had at IC today for the sign in was we had I think 32, 33 people showed up.
That is outstanding.
For Saturday like this. To the where? To the lake down this way. Bother us if you want to go. What way did you come? Did you come down this way? Yeah. Just go down this road right through here. Take you right out to the lake. That's the other thing, Rick, that they're going to have to do. They're going to have to do some markings up in this area.
It can all kind of look the same to you.
Yeah, it does. And the bad thing about it, you know, if people start vandalizing, taking all this stuff from us. You ever get you a job yet, Chris?
Yeah, I got me one.
Okay. Look forward to that.
Doing all right? Good. Rick, you're riding with your life in your hand right now.
I'm telling you, man, make me wear this silly hat.
Yeah.
I think, Rick, if I'm not mistaken, I think right out here is where we'll do the exercise for the extrication on the guy over the hill.
Okay.
I think we're doing that up here. That way we'll be able to utilize our bull buggy and everything to bring them out and take them down this way.
Yeah, I want to see that thing in action.
Yeah, I do too. I think we all do.
Have y'all used it in any simulations yet?
We have played around with it a little bit, but not really enough where the members are comfortable. So, and that's one thing for today that we want to do is get the members comfortable with that new bull buggy. You can see what little bit of time we've been up here today, how much traffic is on this.
Yeah, it's you know, I thought you were telling somebody they couldn't come up here earlier today, but you were actually telling them about the exercise and it was okay for them to go up here.
Right,
so.
right. The trail's not officially open yet, but there's people riding it from everywhere.
I was getting ready to say it might as well be.
It might as well be because we were in here last weekend. There were people from different parts of the state. There was also some people from over in Virginia.
You know, when this thing all gets combined and hooked up with, they get the RV park in here and the improvements they've already done up here at Fish Pond, this is really going to benefit Letcher County.
Right. Well, as you go back out, look at all the people that's over camping this weekend.
Yeah, I noticed coming in, looking over the different hillsides, the RVs and stuff, and tents. And
yeah, it's unreal.
that over there, Paul? Do you know?
No, I think it's something for the gas well.
Probably.
Spinal cord injury, possible spinal cord injury too. Well, that would be, your neck.
Okay, and what is...
But we don't have the coordinates yet, do we?
Stand by for coordinates.
Yeah.
I take that report.
Okay.
Oh, it's limited.
24 north, 37 degrees,
37,
9 minutes, 43.9 seconds.
40,
West, 82 degrees, 40 minutes, 29.7 seconds.
29.7.
37 degrees, 09 minutes, 43.9 seconds. 82 degrees, 40 minutes, 29.7 seconds west.
Kimball.
Do they need us to bring someone to them? Do they need us to bring ATVs?
I guess they tell road rescue team to stand by.
So we're headed to traffic assist.
He's got a bad radio. I can understand.
I can understand that. 421, your radio is breaking up really bad. I can understand. He's got to find you a good trail. At approximately 2:36 p.m. this afternoon, search teams from Pine Mountain Search and Rescue located the wreckage of a Piper airplane, two-passenger Piper aircraft near the ATV trail at Fish Pond Lake. The National Transportation Safety Board is on the scene now, and that wreckage is being evacuated. At this time we have 2 victims, no survivors. We do not have names pending notification of next of kin.
At the first split, Team 1 didn't say that they're at the first split and give a coordinates in. And we didn't know which way they went, and we should have went ahead and give her the coordinates at the same place, and that way they would have double checked each other too. We failed to do that at the first split as well.
The big thing is, like on the team leaders or the teams, once you get into a location, you're so far away from instant command, you can't really, we can't, or nobody down here can tell you what to do, where to go. So you almost have to have a secondary plan when you get there and say, okay, the area looks like this, we decided to split up, we're going to search this part of the grid or this, this part of the map this direction. Other teams won't take it, go the other direction. Yeah, you've already seen that, so we had radio, when we have, there was 2 radios to a team at least, right? We had to tell people like the switch was always going to be bad radios. And somebody had to switch. We could not tell what one of the things was saying, switching the radios. Did y'all figure out the GPS problems?
Don't know what happened. When we got to them, when we put them side by side, they was both reading the exact same.
Really?
So
Were you under the power
it was
lines?
something. No. I don't know if maybe they had theirs over top of just had theirs right beside a radio or a cell phone or something. I don't know if that would mess him up or not.
Remember when we were doing map reading classes when we
It
first
messed the
started out,
compass up.
and everybody was talking about didn't realize why you need to learn how to read a map, you know, because we got GPSs now and everything's fine. Well, one of those GPS was reading over 6,000 feet off. That's 2.5 kilometers. The first grid that we got back there, first location, we looked at the map, Richard said they're south of the dam. It's somebody's backyard down there. That's what the grid for that you out gave us was reading. Actually, in somebody's backyard down on the highway. So what we need to do is when we get at a location, actually any location, you got the guy with the GPS, pull a map and a compass out of your pocket, and immediately try to find where you're at on the map. What you need to do is you travel along. When you left here, everybody should have had exact knowledge where they were at on the map when they left here. And through terrain association, as you move along, you say, okay, we're in this draw, we're on this ridge line, we've advanced this much. So you keep a general idea of where you're at, that you can just put your finger on. You don't know exactly where you're at, but you got a general idea, at least within that 1,000 feet or 1,000 meter grid. And that would have eliminated the problem right off the bat. Because if you got there and you said, well, I know we're somewhere in here, and nobody would have called that grid back in that it was, that was 6,000 feet off. If we were calling life flight in on that one grid, so if you called in that grid and your radio went down, that was it, never heard from you again, the helicopter's over 2.5 kilometers away. They never got there. And we've never seen it. So it's really imperative that you follow along on a map and know approximately where you're at. Now, I called somebody, I don't know who, well, I think Stan gave me some grids or some bearings. Probably what you heard on the radio, I said, can you see Pound Gap? Give me a bearing to Pound Gap. And he called back and said 127 degrees. That's just part of the equation. I next said, can you see the radio tower? He said it was 113. What you do in that instance, I come out here, I have no idea where you're at, but I come from Pound Gap and do a back azimuth, the opposite of 120. I do a back azimuth on 127 and draw my line across the map. I go to the radio tower and do a back azimuth on 113 degrees and draw a line across the map. When they cross that, that's where you're at. That's it's triangulate the position.
Where was I?
You're right there. But anyway, that's why it's important to have somebody working on their GPS as soon as you stop, have some guy on a map, and you always know where you're at the same time. It'd probably be really a good idea if some of you guys got the ATVs to get you a tank bag or those clear map cases, put it right on your tank. You've seen those bikers that's got it. And you strap that on some way, Velcro on when you go in the woods, slide that in there, and you got a grease pencil in your pocket. And you're going along, say, okay, I'm here, and mark it out with your finger. I'm here, mark it out with your finger. And if you have to call in a quick location, you can give an estimate, real quick by doing that. Instead of having to stop, pull it out. That's, as you go along, it's terrain association. If you're on that ridge line, you pitch over into a valley, you look straight down at your topo map and say, okay, I've left that ridge line and this is the valley I'm going into. But that's the big thing right off the bat, was trying to get that. There was a lot of, if y'all found it, it's probably 20 minutes before we could actually get a longer maybe, a good location. You don't know why that happened. But that was pretty quick. What was the time on that?
I'll have to check with her.
It's about 3:01 when that's when they had to come back.
36 when they called in. 36 when they found it. 237 they found.
237 prior to that.
1427.
A little over an hour. A little over an hour, maybe.
And Paul, where are you taking us to now?
We'll take you to another part where we got several more team members while they were looking for the aircraft crash. These team members that we're going to go see right now, what they're doing, they're doing a rope rescue. The rope rigging and everything we discussed earlier.
Right, the pulleys and whatnot.
Right. We can see how all that works.
And let the viewers know, I guess this would be just a regular road around Fish Pond Lake.
Yeah, this is just a regular road around the lake.
Pull it.
Stop! Need to keep the lifeline tighter. It's got to keep up.
Tighter.
Ready? No, touch it. Touch it. Okay, ready?
We're ready.
And go. Pull. Don't get ahead of them. Don't get ahead of them. You're out pulling the lifeline.
Don't. Hold.
Stop.
Okay. Pick up a little slower.
A little slower.
Don't run that tree. It's gonna have difficulty.
Okay.
There you go. Still gotta wait for them to do.
Oh, stop. Hold tight on the life or on the Z line. Hold tight on that Z line.
All you fixing to get eat up.
Cheating. Okay, ready and go. Pull. That's it. Slow, slow. Slow. Pull. All right, he's evacuated.
Thanks.
Rope team leaders, I see.
Now he's got that lead.
Yeah, I know.
Can't use this first lead.
Jake, shut up. Okay, he's up. Everybody, relax.
Are we gonna have another people go down, or was that it?
We can do it again. But we can change positions. Rope team, I see.
We have successfully evacuated victim. Ready to transport.
There we go. Exercise.
Hey, Dad, where the crap are those Skittles?
I think they're running a little bit short on time.
Caleb.
Everybody did something. Everybody got to do something. Not
There's another one
everybody
down
did
there, which I
everything.
can't find.
We'll bracket up and hit on it.
No, there's two of them.
Okay. That's right.
Oh, really? I get more in gym, trust me.
Tree the whole way.
He's a liar.
We had an incident like this last night. Now, matter of fact, a real incident last night with this. Same deal, over embankment truck wreck that hit a sycamore tree head on. We took our rescue truck,
Put a winch to it.
used our Stokes basket like that, and used the winch on the rescue truck. Well, this right here, when you're up in the hills, you can't get no rescue truck to you. This is where this is. Everybody got the picture of how to do it and feel good about it? Any questions?
I kept up with the
Everybody's
kids.
good?
Okay, everybody's good. I
Everything's
got
good.
3 members that was gone. I have 1, 2, 3.
Put on line.
You need to make sure the same training.
Put weight on it.
Foot on rope, not line. Get it right.
Training simulation over. I
You say line or rope. It's a lifeline.
I don't care.
Thank you very much. Down there and get that man's cutters and bring them back up here.
There's two of them down there. One of them, that little black one.
I didn't see that one. I just know you had one there.
Do you want all the new carabiners back?
You done lost me.
Any water that's laying around, pick it up, throw it back in my truck.
Hey, I got the right there.
Go get the food.
It's back here.
Thank God.
Are you an EMT?
2 hours.
I'm the EMT.
I can't believe it took him 2 hours. I would just want to talk to him about it.
You know it wasn't your EMT's fault.
I want you to grab back. I'm gonna right back.
Oh, okay. Which way we going? All the way around?
Dicky's got a helmet.
Which way we going? All the way back around?
Feels like a massage on here.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
I rode on the black one with the other one. Four-wheeler, got this thing before we got this. Hello.
Get helmet on the way. We'll go all the way around.
Let's go up to the turnaround up here.
You lose the patient. That's it. 10. 400 bucks. You drive and you gotta have it. Okay? Once you start where you're going, there's gotta be one in front of you. Who is it?
That's him. You get in front of him?
I'll lead you. Which way you going? All the way around? No, we'll go right out here, so we'll right that way.
Just don't roll him over the hill or nothing. Turn the brake off. I said the guy. Who's the guy?
Mark.
Mark's the guy.
I couldn't think of your name. You said the guy.
They've got special names for them in the fire department, but I won't tell you what those are.
Turn this arm out, girl.
Okay, we're ready. They're not ready, please.
3 feet away.
here that you can't pass 2 cars.
Hey.
No media, no media.
There's my figure 8. Right back there, boss.
Could tell our viewers what we're doing going back up on the trail again today.
We're going to go up here, the little pull-behind buggies that we had down there, the little rescue buggies.
Right.
We're going to go up here, exercise those a couple of times, give people an idea of how they handle what the patient would feel like if they were to be a patient in the back of there. The person operating the ATV needs to know what the patient in the back is going through in that buggy where you're not in control. And that thing feels like it's going to flip and everything like that. So I had to make the operator of the ATV a little bit more cautious whenever he's pulling it.
Well, I understand there's one particular curve they really want to check out.
Yeah, there's a couple of switchbacks in this thing.
Right.
I think that's what they're looking at.
Yeah, Stan was talking about putting the 4-wheelers behind it. I don't exactly know what he's talking about, but we'll get to see here shortly. getting to eat some dust now.
Yeah, like we are. There's the problem they were talking about with the trailer. See how they can't make the switch back with it?
Right.
So you'd have to have several team members that could turn the thing for them.
Well, I guess we'll get a pretty good view here. Man, that was killer. Now there's an actual person in the buggy, right?
Yeah.
We're not talking about loop there on the back. There's somebody actually strapped in.
Yeah, there's actually somebody laying there.
Wow.
I'd say that's a very uncomfortable ride.
Yeah, oh man. They said they were going to give me an opportunity to ride like that. And I said no thank you. Yeah, I said no thank you. I said I'll pass on that particular opportunity today.
Yeah, looks like we're the last one. It ain't locked up.
Yeah. I didn't think we'd be able to do it that easy. Not that it was easy. So if we come to the real bad curve, was that it back there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we've already passed it. I think we got one more. I don't think it's bad though. You've actually been on this trail more than I have. you rode it that day with the judge.
Yes, I did.
I didn't even know.
Yeah.
I believe you need a dust mask, don't you?
I think so.
That's what I said. We need to put in the future. If we've got a patient, we need to put a respirator or something on them, to where they're not inhaling all this dust as we go down.
They're the patient. They're going to the hospital anyway.
Yeah.
I know, but
Camera off when we said that. Okay.
He edits nothing, so.
Has the ride been been bumpy or anything?
Yeah, pretty bumpy, but it's really, really fun because you're just looking up in the sky and you have no idea where you're going.
Do you feel like you're completely upside down sometimes?
Actually, yeah.
I bet.
Thank you.
How's the ride back here, Mr. Luke?
Compare it to a roller coaster, just slower and much scarier.
Well, I noticed you were trying to lean and stuff there.
Well, I was trying to lean to keep the weight on the... If you'll notice, the way that the patient lays affects the way that this lays, because we've got suspension down here on this to steady the patient,
right,
and it travels a lot. So we're just trying to keep the trailer even, keep from roll risk or anything like that.
Who was driving?
I'm not sure.
Wow, you just trust anybody, won't you?
Yeah, I just jumped on. I'm here for the ride. Here.
There'll be no cookie sharing up here.
You better not be filming this.
I certainly am.
Don't make me take 98 off the air now. I know just what cables to cut.
Unfortunately, you really do. Well, I thought you was going to fix one of the meal stuff. Are you just going to cookie?
Well, I'm going to.
Well, show them how it's done.
I ain't going to show them how it's done. That you get stereotyping from this and then me up here fixing dinner.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
What kind of cookie is this?
Is it soft or hard?
Hard.
The cookie's hard, okay. And this is from one of them ready-to-eat meals or whatever?
Yeah. They're actually quite good. You can actually make a hot meal from these. We all carry these. You just open it up. And there's a little packet down in here of salt water. Just turn that little salt water packet open. Pour it in there. And here in a second you'll see it start steaming, because it gets extremely hot really quick. Pop the meal in, fold the lid over, and then fill that right there where it's already been wet.
It's already heating up, folks.
Yeah. These are a good meal if you're out riding and stuff a lot. Take these with you. You've always got a hot dinner.
Well, what is that particular meal? What is it? Spaghetti, meatloaf,
home-style
sushi?
Chicken noodles and vegetables and sauce.
Oh, wait a shot of that. Man, that looks good.
And you can hear that if you'll put your camera down there and listen to it boil. Watch that steam come out there.
And I accuse this gentleman of being dead weight, but he actually has a purpose. What's his purpose, Luke?
He's to keep weight on the tires to keep them from spinning out. Since we've got all this weight on the trailer, picking up on it. Gee, thanks. I'm back here boiling food. We're
we can
cooking.
actually see some steam now.
Yeah, you can see the steam and you can hear it boiling. It's boiling hard. Hurt me a little bit there.
Now, we don't want you to hurt yourself, Luke, for God's sake.
Lord God, listen to that.
Okay. I was just wondering. Mine's still sitting down there. I just wonder if it messed with it any.
Did you already put the water in it and let it cook?
It's still sitting down there.
It'll burn.
I'll tell him. I'll tell him you tried to call. I'm heading back that way right now. Bye-bye.
Well, Paul, the helmet just saved me. I was getting in the vehicle and cracked my head on this bar up here.
Well, I guess it was good for something.
Yeah, and I'm not sure, but I think the camera lens is now dusty.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
I will attempt to clear that off right now.
Low here, I don't like these hills.
Now we had a live victim in the little buggy. On the way down, though, are you going to do the same thing?
No, we decided not to put nobody in the buggy going down, just to see how these things act and everything.
The one young lady was wanting to stay in that position. And
yeah, she was pretty comfortable with it. She didn't care.
No.
She got a lot more nerve than I do.
They asked me again if I wanted to ride. Now I told them I'd pass this time. But when I'm in one of those things, it'll be because I really need to be.
Yeah. And I hope I don't know what's going on when I'm in it. But it's a valuable tool to the team. I mean, they're all taking turns riding in it, so they'll understand what it feels like.
We do want to emphasize again that these folks are volunteers, and they're up here on a beautiful Saturday. They could be doing a whole lot of other things.
Yeah, this time of year, these beautiful Saturdays are going to be few and far between. They've opted to come up here and do this all-day training. You just really got to admire people like that.
You may have said earlier today, but you were telling me that you had about maybe, 60 plus members?
Yeah, we've got over 60 on the roster. Today we've got about, I think the last count, somewhere between 33, 34 people on their sign-in log in there. Everybody has to sign in when they show up. We've got over half the team here today.
It's amazing to me to see all the gear and the vehicles and the equipment that you guys have accumulated in such a short time.
Yeah, with no money too.
Yeah.
We've done roadblocks, we've taken up donations. A lot of businesses have donated to us. I think, it's not been confirmed yet, but I think this year we might get a little money from fiscal court, I'm not sure. But we're still seeking grants, we're still doing grant writing and things like that. So far, that's what's paid for everything, is donations and grants that we've got.
Yeah, I remember when we did the special, when the guys from Floyd County came down.
Right.
And I think one of the vehicles that you had came from them possibly.
We did the squad truck you see down there. When we go back down, that was a donation from Floyd County. It's an older truck, but it's only got 18,000 miles on it.
Is that the one that you kind of park under the canopy there behind the sheriff's department?
That's the one.
Paul, you called me maybe a week or so ago in regards to some training maybe for the police officers, or I don't know if the sheriff's department. Do you recall that conversation we had?
Yeah.
What was going on then?
Every year, law enforcement, in order to maintain their certification after they complete the basic training academy, has to attend a 40-hour in-service class that is put on by Department of Criminal Justice Training. And for years, law enforcement had to go to Richmond to receive that training, or somewhere downstate. Well, then they started having some classes in Pikeville, and they started having some classes in Hazard. We would go there. Well, I had tried since probably around 2000, 1999, 2000, somewhere in there, to get them to come up and bring training to us up here in Whitesburg. Well, they didn't think that we could pull enough people for it from the areas. So I called several times and begged them to come up. Finally, to make a long story short, they quit having the trainings in Hazard that year, and they called me and said, "Can you host the training?" And I told them, "Yeah, we'll definitely host the training. If you get them up here," said, "we'll host the training wherever you want to have it." So we had the new health department built, which was a beautiful facility. They really loved it. And we had our first training over there. Then they called me before that week was over, and they said, "How about 2 more classes up there next year?" And I said, "That'd be great. So that'd be 80 hours that Richmond's going to come up and do classes here in Whitesburg." And we had worked on this thing for years and years, because every year I would try to call them and ask them, think about Whitesburg or somewhere in there at Letcher County if you can have training, so our officers wouldn't have to travel so far. So hopefully next year it's going to be pretty nice.
But you did have one this year, right?
We had one this year. About 2 weeks ago, we had a 40-hour in-service at the new health department over there.
Well, that is absolutely wonderful news. I am tickled to hear that. That will.
Yeah, it doesn't really sound like that much, but it is a real big deal when you can get Richmond to come all the way up here and provide the training for our officers. They don't even have to leave the county. They stay in the county the whole time. They maintain their certifications.
Well, a lot of people know, and I guess Danny Webb was the one telling me about how, I guess, Richmond, Eastern Kentucky is really famous for training officers.
They are. That's where all law enforcement in the state has to go to, except for the state police still. They go to Richmond in some areas, but their training academy is still in Frankfort. All other officers, which would be sheriff's deputies, local police, things like that, they have to go to Richmond and attend the academy, which is 18 weeks long. Can't go back. Damn it. There's a whole crowd of
Y'all don't have your seatbelts on.
Mine won't work. I'm in trouble now.
Yeah.
I've done it. So I guess you're going to write me up.
Yeah.
Daggone it.
I wonder, I think she worked for the police department. That was Leanna. That was our other safety officer. She was safety down at IC, down in Incident Command.
Right.
And she's got the same authority as what Tim did a while ago. She can pull people off the scene or not let them participate or something.
Well, I feel like I've got to go to the principal's office now when we get down here. I'm a little concerned.
And maybe she won't be too rough.
I noticed you're putting yours on, big guy. Mine really won't work. I tore it up.
We also have our booth this year at the Mountain Heritage Festival, the Pine Mountain Search and Rescue booth. So if anybody wants to stop by and talk to some of the team members and look at some of the equipment, we'll have it all in there displayed for them.
You know, Paul, last year I did a little interview there at that booth, and they even had pictures of actual missions that you had already been on. It was very impressive.
Yeah, that was early on in the game too.
Yeah, that's been a full year ago. Well, Paul, I believe we're going to go ahead and conclude our video for today. Would you kindly do us an outro here for the Pine Mountain Search and Rescue simulation today?
Well, just an overview of it. We done a search and rescue. Well, we done a search. It became a recovery effort after that because the scenario was that there were no survivors in the plane, but they did locate the crashed aircraft. They got to do a lot of ropes training, bringing people up the side of the hill in the Stokes basket. They've been exercising the little pull-behind rescue buggies that they've got. They've got 2 of those. So it's been a full day. You've been with us the whole time, so you know it's been a pretty full day for them. They really went above and beyond. And most of all, you like to thank the team members. I mean, without these people being dedicated and wanting to do what they're doing, because they get no pay for this, they don't get anything out of this. It's just people that have a sense that they want to help their fellow counties, which, by the way, we also have a mutual aid agreement. We serve a couple other counties now also.
Well, Paul, I sure appreciate you inviting the Letcher County Government Channel to be with you guys today. They rolled out the red carpet for us. Everybody's been so nice, and they just went out of their way. And again, we really appreciate it.